Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Vane. So, here we are, still in the prison. Uh, I've been doing a bit of work on this. Uh, Still only have that one tool chest over there. I've been meaning to go back over to that room and get another one. I do have a generator here that isn't hooked up to anything. I thought perhaps that I could grab spotlights and stuff from various locations and bring it back here and just hook it up to that, but apparently no. The spotlights and the work lights and that you find out there are just materials that you can break down, so they don't count. So I'm going to have to make my own lights. Uh, and if you look around, you'll notice there's a few more things around here. So we've got a makeshift forge over here. And I've got a whole bunch of iron scrap in there, but I need fuel. And I am currently working on fuel out there. We've still got a campfire, fridge, and we've got these crates here. I did go and get another one of these crates and put it right there, so now I've got 3 of them out there. We have our standard workbench, we have an advanced workbench, and a repair workbench. And I am working on getting the parts together to build this one, the fabrication workbench. I need iron ingots, hence the reason there's all that scrap iron back there in the makeshift forge. Uh, I'm making charcoal to put in my makeshift forge because uh, wood will only get up to 850 degrees, and I need just over 1500 in order to smelt the iron. So I need a different fuel. Now, there is an industrial forge over here, but I don't have the skills for it yet. I need 75 construction, 55 mechanical, and I'm 10 away on both of those. I did make myself a makeshift charcoal kiln, which is sitting outside making me a bunch of charcoal at the moment. I do need to put raw limestone in my utility cabinet in order to maintain it, though. So there's a bunch of materials. As you start making more and more stations, like this one requires limestone in the utility cabinet. This one requires iron scrap in the cabinet, whereas this one is wood, iron. This one's iron, iron, limestone powder, an ore crusher, iron ingots, wood scrap for this, iron ingots for that, and wood scrap for that. So you've got to have those things sitting. Yeah, there's my kiln working away out here in this thing right here, your utility cabinet. And currently in my utility cabinet, I have wood scraps and nothing else. I need iron scraps, plastic, and limestone in order to maintain some of the stuff that I've got, but I just haven't got around to putting it there yet. So I currently have 14 pieces of charcoal in here, and we're turning all these logs into charcoal. So you don't need to give this thing any fuel because the wood logs themselves are the fuel, and they turn into charcoal. It only goes up to 120 degrees, so more than capable. Uh, Vehicles. This little guy here is breaking down. The chassis is at 0, filters at 23. You know, the brakes are at 19, so it's getting close to breaking down. Not quite there yet, but it's getting there. This truck, uh, pretty much broke down. 1% on the chassis, 21 on the spark plugs. Like, it's really close to breaking down. This little truck here I just grabbed recently, but we're already down to 18% on the chassis. You know, so the wear and tear on vehicles in this game is really quick. So you've got to get a lot of car parts brought back and replace them on these, but of course you need tools and skills and everything in order to do that. Uh, these trucks, 38 on that one, 22 there. I've got three more sitting over there. I've got a van over there. I've got those utility vans over there that I haven't touched yet, and found out something interesting. So the 5-ton truck, the pickup, that van over there, you need to hotwire all of those. Whereas these vans here, jump in here and you can hotwire these, but there is another one. I found a couple of these sitting over there at a shop, and when I jumped into them, uh, it gave me the option to make a key for them. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Uh, they do have, what have they got for storage? 544 kgs. So they've got some half decent storage on them. You know, 1300 on that, 500 on that. My little pickup truck here. What have you got? 226 kgs, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I gathered last night. I went running around. I got limestone bricks, brackets, pipes, a whole lot of nails, a bunch of scrap stuff. I thought I just saw charcoal there. Oh no. That stuff. I need that to make certain things. I've got some raw fur pelts and leather. I made a trip. Ah, cell phone's out of power. Where's my map? Um, Apparently I took my map out of there. I don't know why. Strange. So I made a trip up here to the Alexander Ridge cabins where I was going to make a base. And I got a bunch of the stuff back from the small crates that I had there. So I went up to the lookout tower. Uh, didn't really have anything there, but in the cabins there, I had a bunch of stuff in little crates in the back room and all that. The main reason I went back to that place was for there was those storage containers outside the cabin that you could store liquids in. And I thought, well, hey, I'll take my little pickup. I'll go up on the mountain, empty one of those things out if I have to, and we'll just grab one of those and throw it on there, and then I can bring it here and use it for water. But no, you cannot move those things. So we have to come up with an alternative, uh, which is barrels. So my wood log storage, I've got nothing in there. My wooden plank storage, though, it only holds 226 kgs worth of stuff, and I got 144 in there. Some wooden reinforced planks, but a whole lot of wood planks. So I can do a lot of building if I need to. The storage back here is starting to fill up a little bit. I'm wondering if maybe... Ooh. Wondering if maybe I can't turn those sideways. If I could fit... I think I can. Okay, let's move this one. Oh, are you gonna fit that way? I think you are. It hangs a little bit off one side, but that's not bad. Oh, I could get a whole bunch of these up here if I turn them sideways. Yeah. Yeah, why don't I do that? Yeah, because I can get 4 of them on there instead of 2 if I turn them sideways. That's great. Okay, let's take a look in here. I'm going to take all the medical stuff. So it writes on the front. I'm wondering if it writes on the back as well. No, it will not write on the side. But you walk up to it and you can see there at the top of the menu there, it says medical. I can rename it. I can lock it. Destroy it or move it. Okay. Well, I like that I can see those there, but this is more efficient. So, yeah. Let's put all the blood bags in there. The syringe, another blood bag, morphine. Interesting. Alcohol. Put a bunch of the compression bandages in there. The elastic ones. Trauma. Charcoal tablets can go there. We'll hang on to the rest. Okay. So yeah. Turn those sideways. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. This one I need wood, electrical, and iron. Yeah. So I did clear a bunch of stuff out of here. Anything unnecessary in here, I think I'd probably just clear out that garbage can, that table, these 2 tables, that table, keep the sink, keep the fridges. And then over here, get rid of those, get rid of that thing in the corner over there. Keep that fridge, get rid of these, get rid of that stuff, maybe even get rid of this stuff in the front here. But honestly, don't really need it. I've got no zombies out here because of that cabinet over there and the other one that's right over there. And that one there. But, so yeah, I need to make some water storage because in order to make the bricks that I needed to make the kiln over there, you can make the bricks here in the makeshift forge, which is the limestone bricks, but you need concrete paste. In order to make concrete paste, you've got to come over here to the advanced station, and concrete paste requires water. 500 mils of water and 2 limestone powder to make 1 concrete paste. The alternate to that is a concrete mix bag and 500 mils of water. So, yeah. Wait, 58 of 50. Oh, and it shows my crafting level, which is 58. I need 50 to make that. In order to make that bench that I want, I need 2 of these, I believe. Let's see. The fabrication workbench, yes. I need 2 components. I've got 5. 15 screws. I've got hundreds of them. And I need 5 iron ingots, which is why I'm making charcoal for that. And my guy has not slept all night. It is morning again. Wow, we just sat here and ran around talking all night. Okay, I've got 24 of those now. I'm going to take those. Crafting is now 59. Awesome. Mechanical 46. Sweet. Those should keep going up. Scavenging 37. Nice. Okay. Let's go over to here. There's my charcoal. Maximum furnace burn temperature is 1650, and that is 1538. So yeah, we need charcoal in order to make iron ingots. So I have, oh yeah, we need to ignite. And yep, it's going to make iron ingots for me. So I've got iron scrap. And it's going to take 10 iron scrap to make an ingot. I could also use raw hematite. It would only take 5 pieces of that, but getting the raw hematite is a lot harder than getting iron scrap. So our temperature is getting up there. We're already hotter than wood was. So one thing I found is with the makeshift forge, keep an eye on this temperature down here. Throw your material in, throw your fuel in, let it do its thing. There we go. We've got 1 iron ingot. So I'm going to get 10 iron ingots out of this. But once that's done, you extinguish the flame, and then you've got to let this cool down before you grab that out of there. Because if you grab that with no gloves on, you're going to get burned badly. I have leather gloves on at the moment, so which is really kind of funny because average insulation, they give me blunt bladed bullet and bite and animal bite resistance. No real heat resistance that it mentions there, but it does protect my hands against that for the most part. And, well, my guy is 74% tired and 81% breaking down. We're a little bit stressed. Okay, we're going to go 3 hours of sleep. We're now 58% stressed. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's read a comic book, because comic books are fun. We're fed and watered. My textures haven't smeared out on me yet. I'm not sure if it's just my video card or if it's something in the game. But after about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes in game, all these textures on the floor, this grating, the walls and ceiling up there, the crates and that, the brick texture that's on the outside of the building, it all goes away. It smears, and it just becomes a solid color. It might just be my video card. I don't know. I've been playing around with some settings, turning some stuff down, turning some stuff off. So there's that. Oh, we are done with that. So we gotta extinguish that. And so the temperature's coming down. It's not really quick, but you know, turn it off, give it a couple of minutes. We'll go do something else. We'll go check on our little charcoal kiln over here. How you doing, buddy? Okay, so 120C. This stuff is warm, but you notice you retrieve the hot material protected by your gloves. So there we go. I've got mechanical went up again. Scavenging should go up. And maybe another one. If I got enough points for them. Who knows? We are sitting at 87 in that one. That's not bad. Okay, let's throw that charcoal in there. I'm going to keep that stuff. I got a lot of tools on me at the moment. I got hydraulic cutters, mini sledge, crosscut saw, a screwdriver, circular saw, and I was using a lot of those over here to make uh, the stuff that I needed for the components in order to make that other bench. But we're getting there. One issue that I have found with these crates, while they are fantastic in their storage capability, 204, they are somewhat difficult to get back here. And I can't stack them, which really kind of sucks. So they've got to stay down here. So I'm going to have to go with a different storage solution here in the middle of the room. I am going to have, so I've got that there. Hang on. Water. Storage. Fluid barrel. I need plastic scrap. I've got plenty of screws. I've got basic cutting and a screwdriver. Okay. Plastic. Apparently I have no plastic scrap there. Interesting. Must be over here. No. Oh, okay. Ah, right. Scrap. It's in here. What am I doing? I'm putting all my scrap in here. Let's take 200 plastic scrap. That still leaves me 288 in there. Not bad. I can deal with that. I am going to go get another one of these from over there and bring it here, and it's going to put it right there. I want to put a water barrel right here beside this thing. I'm wondering if I can plumb that water barrel into that. If I can, then I can use it to make a lot of stuff. Aluminum ingot. Oh no, I don't want to plumb it into that. Okay. It's not that I want to plumb it into, it's this bench I want to plumb it into. Right, because to make concrete paste we need water. And components, copper wire bundle, plastic casings, I made those. Capacitors, bauxite powder. Apparently just a heavy hammer and bauxite. An advanced component. Copper wire bundles, high-grade aluminum. Oh, high-grade aluminum foil. Look at limestone powder. Okay. Yeah. So I can make aluminum scrap, iron scrap, and plastic scrap. But I can't make wood scrap. And I'm kind of wondering why. Because I need wood scrap for so much stuff. Rope, metal brackets, nails, you got all this stuff up here, but no wood scrap. I think maybe that needs to be put in down here. Because for the utility cabinets, pretty much every utility cabinet I've got around here, the one out there, the one in here, and that, I need wood scraps for that. And that's full of planks, that's full of log, well, is going to be full of logs. But in my scrap, I've got 9 wood scraps. That's it. I put some in there. I put some in that one out there. I need a lot more. And it's difficult to find sometimes. Torn wires, wooden rod, lots of screws in there. I've been keeping a whole bunch of stuff in this crate. I've got no materials in here for building with in these two. I've moved it all out of those two into these two. and also into there. So I know I saw some scrap in here. Or maybe it was this one. A bunch of barbed wire. The barbed wire I actually got from the fence that was around that guard post over there. Because I took the fence apart and got barbed wire from it. I got wood logs in here, right? Because I was going to use them for something. Okay, no scrap in here. Probably a good thing. Nothing in that workbench. Nothing in that workbench. So these are all the things I can repair at this bench. If I have the materials for it. All right, how are we doing over here? 5 degrees. Fantastic. It's cooled down. We've still got 4 charcoal in there. So to make 10 ingots, used 20 charcoal. Little on the expensive side, that one. So, yeah. Let's make a fabrication workbench. I need basic pliers. Well, fine then. Which means I gotta go through here. I can use those as basic pliers. Excellent. Alrighty then. Stations. There we go. Fabrication workbench. So we'll be able to make a bunch of stuff in this workbench. And it's gonna go right there. And our construction is now up to 66 because we built that. Mechanical, 49. What else? Electrical, 51, of course. Crafting, 60. Nice. Let's see what we can build in here. So all the stuff that I can build in the basic and the advanced workbench, I can build in this workbench. So here's the basic one. Here's the other one. Here's the fabricated parts. Okay. Plastic, iron, aluminum, yes. And okay, this is the basic workbench down here. And then we've got gadgets, we've got raw materials, fabricated parts, graphite powder, rubber bundles, scrap metal pipe, scrap metal sheet, and small scrap metal sheet. I got 1 or 2 of those. They're in that crate over there. Okay, so not too much here that I can't actually make in the advanced workbench. Other than these fabricated parts, really. All right. Oh, we are 57% stressed. Oh my god. Simply not acceptable. We're going to read a book. Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 benches I've got there. We've got that there. Let's go back to the build menu for a second. As far as storage goes, small crate, large crate, fluid barrel. So in the storage room over there, I've got large crates on those shelves in there. I can make reinforced wood shelf, scrap metal shelf. Nice. I can make all of these. So I've got a plank storage, wood storage. I should make one of those for scrap stuff. Key hook. Don't really need it. I've hotwired most of my vehicles. And we've got a document shelf. So a lot of these storages are very specific to certain items. So wood plank, Regular and reinforced wood planks go in here. Wood log, that's all that'll go in there. Scrap, only scrap items, key hook. I don't see the point. Document shelf, notes, schematics. Uh, so the large crates that I've got in that room over there, I can either put them on a shelf like this or a shelf like this. And then we got a fluid barrel. Okay, utilities. I can make most of these up to medium 2. Ooh, I can make a well. I've got a rain collector sitting out by my garden. Need to make a sprinkler, connect it to that. But I also need to make the insulated rain collector, which I can now that I've got my construction up there. Ooh, a kerosene heater. Nice. Okay. Well, we'll have to go tear apart a couple of stoves and get some stove heating elements. There is a makeshift freezer, which would be nice. So would the makeshift fridge, because when the power goes out, that fridge I've got sitting over there is not going to work anymore. We've got a battery charger, a makeshift battery, makeshift solar panels. Somebody was telling me that I can grab solar panels from around the map and bring them back and use them. I gotta find some. Floodlights. I need to make a couple of these. Because when the power goes out, I'm going to need those lights to hook up to my generator here in order to light this place up, because that's not going to last forever up there. The power and water are set in the game in this save to go out after a while, a couple of months, I think. So time is running down for me here. One suggestion I could make for this thing, and also that makeshift forge over there, is that when the ingredient here runs out, this thing should just automatically stop. So this one probably will, because once it runs out of these logs, it has no fuel to make charcoal anymore. But that makeshift forge over there, yes, it has fuel in it, but the ingredients up here, once it runs out of those ingredients, it would be nice if this just automatically stopped. So that way you're not wasting all your fuel. So say I throw a bunch of stuff in here and a bunch of charcoal in there, and then I go running off somewhere to gather materials and that. If this thing uses up all of the materials while I'm out there, it's just going to keep burning the fuel. And when I come back, there's going to be no ingredients, no fuel, but there's going to be a product in there. And it'll have wasted a whole bunch of fuel on me. I remember seeing, I read somewhere, one of the devs was saying that somebody has already made mods for this game. I don't know what they do. I haven't even seen them yet. I'm not sure where the mods are. I could look around at a couple of the places that I go to for mods and see if they're there and what they do. But right now, I am kind of just trying to keep this pretty vanilla. I'm trying not to mod this game at all for now. There's a water pipe right there. Um, but it's not connected to anything. It's there, but nothing comes out. Okay. Can I... No, I can't destroy it. Okay. And when I walk right up to it, it just disappears. All right. Meh. Not a biggie. Um... So, yeah. You know what? I'm going to go grab another one of those from over there in that workshop and bring it back here. Maybe even two of them. I don't know. I got one there. I can probably fit three across there. So, yeah. I'm going to head over there and grab one and be right back. All right. Well, I got another one of these in here. Just went over to that workshop over there, grabbed one, brought it back. That is quite the trip. I went through the prison to get over there. Had to take out a couple of zombies along the way, so not a big deal. But I had to stop and put this thing down probably about 6 times on my way back because, uh, oh, I'm out of fuel. Because I ran out of, I got tired on the way back. So this thing uses wood logs so fast. And oh, just a tip: when you're making something on here, like the deer meat, um, don't put food on your campfire and then go run off somewhere to do something. Like leave your base. Stay at your base. This will burn. When this reaches 100%, click on that and it'll put it over here. If you don't, it'll stay here and it will become burnt meat, like that one, and possibly even turn into charcoal. Who knows? But it will not automatically move it from here to here once it's done. You've got to do that yourself. So I'm gonna wait till that hits 100. There we go. We'll put that over there, and now we have seared deer meat. But we also have burnt deer meat. So hunger station from that is 45, but it'll probably give you it'll make you thirsty as well, whereas this one probably won't. And there we go. 8 logs gone through, and we're only up to 20% on that piece of meat. So yeah, I definitely need to find a better cooking method. I'm going to take all of that. You know what? We're going to go over to the kitchen. These things run on gas. I don't need a fuel source. Nice. You just turn it on. Okay. But you still got to keep an eye on it. Okay, so we'll put deer meat, deer meat, deer meat. And then go down here and we'll throw a cast iron pan in there. And 3 of those and turn it on. Oh, no way. There's no fuel. Um, oh, okay. Never mind. Let's try this one. Nope. So there are 3 of them, but there's no gas. Ah. Okay. Let's examine the connections. Empty. Connected to fuse box. Connected to section power control, 200 watts. Gas, 50 milliliters. Okay, so we need gas for it. It is connected to the fuse box. It is getting power. It just has no gas. Okay. Well. Let's go over here for a sec. I think I have some propane bottles. Maybe. Nothing there. I've got some somewhere. Question is, where do I have them? Ah, we've got jerry cans, which have gasoline. Okay. Might be in these ones over here. Not you. And not you. Okay. I gotta get rid of a lot of this corn. I brought back tons of corn from that farm over there. I really need to get rid of it. I might have put it in here. Car oil bottle. Should show up as a bottle on the left-hand side there. Matches, muck tubs. Nothing. No idea what time it is because my phone ran out of battery. This thing is still just plugging away out here. Have you run out of... Yes, you have. Okay, so we'll extinguish that. The ingredients aren't flammable. Yes, I realize that. Thank you. Okay, so it does not automatically shut down once it's done. But then, what is the fuel source? Whatever, it works. I'm not going to question it too much. I need to change batteries in my phone. And so while I was running around doing stuff and grabbing that toolbox, I got a perk in my stats, and it was for electrical. So I'm now level 51 in electrical, and I now have muscle memory, so XP is increased by 25, and I picked this one. Overcharged. Batteries in your inventory drain half as fast. So that's going to be fantastic, because now I'm going to be able to put a battery in my phone, which, where are you? You're up here. I gotta hold on to that. Oh, crap. Right. Phone is down there. Forgot I gotta take the battery out of that. And then we gotta go up here, grab this battery, drag it down here, and drop it onto that phone. Now it's got 100%. And now I can take that battery and throw it back in here. I've got lots of them, so not too worried about it. It is 9:30 p.m. Wow. Well, it is the apocalypse, so we should go to bed. So that workshop that's over here in this corner, from here I go out to the cafeteria, come over here, and then straight down here to that, and then come back that way. That way I don't have to go outside. I don't have to deal with any zombies out there. Just a couple that spawn over there inside. And yeah, relatively safe. So it is 10 p.m. Let's get a solid 8, shall we? Oh, we feel rested. Awesome. Okay, sun's up. Cool. Need a drink. No, not over there, over here. What are you doing? So I'm just going to drink until we are like 60 or 70% hydrated. So there we go. Yeah, you know what? Quenched. Overly hydrated. Oh my god. Well, that's going to last us a while. So if you get your character up there into the 80s or 90s as far as the drinking goes and you're quenched, it lasts quite a while. And then let's go here. I've got burnt deer meat. I don't have any cooked deer meat. Oh, yes I do. Seared deer meat. Even though we're not hungry, I'm going to eat that. And we are 30% satiated and ate a tasty meal. So that'll last me a little while. My quenched went down a little bit, but that's okay. It's gonna last. I'm surprised my textures are lasting as long as they are. I think maybe some of the changes I made in the graphics have helped. Because normally, texture on that wall, the ground, those bricks and stuff would have disappeared by now. We're coming up on 45 minutes here, and I've been playing for probably a little over an hour now, and my textures haven't washed out yet. That's a good thing. So let's take a look at what I've done here. In the graphics, or the video settings, so obviously we're custom. It was on ultra, but I went in and I made changes. I turned the view distance down to high, left anti-aliasing at ultra. The anti-aliasing method is TAA, because the CMAA2 doesn't work for me. That one is incredibly hard on my system. Shadow quality is low. Global illumination is ultra. Reflection is medium. Post-process is high. Texture is ultra. Visual effects are medium. And then grass density is low. Shading quality is ultra. Grass distance quality is low. And then the foliage distance is normal. And I do have lumen and nanite turned on, but then all the rest of the stuff down here, motion blur, volumetric fog, clouds, fog scattering, and ambient occlusion, I've got them turned off because I don't need those in my game. Like, it looks good enough without all of that stuff turned on. And I don't lose my textures, which is great. Now, I had planned on leaving my base and going to get a bunch of stuff, but obviously I didn't do that. Did I? No, I've got charcoal there. I put my plastic scrap away and my screws. I was going to make some barrels. I just didn't figure out exactly where I was going to put them, though. So since I can't use those stoves that are in the kitchen, I can use the fridges for now. But I can't use the stoves. I'm going to have to use this campfire, which really kind of sucks because that thing chews through fuel so fast. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm going to have to go out and deforest half the map to feed that thing. So, yeah. I can probably put charcoal in there. And I'm guessing that if I build that other charcoal... Nope, not in here. Nope, it's over here in stations. Yep. So if I build the advanced charcoal kiln, refines charcoal into an apparatus that refines charcoal into refined charcoal and mined coal into coke. So the refined charcoal is probably going to be way better than the regular and way better than the wood. So I do want to get this thing built, but I need 70 construction and 50 mechanical. I'm 1 away from the mechanical, and we're 4 away from construction. So what we're going to do is get our stats up really, really easy. I'm going to take 100 limestone powder, and then we're going to come over here, and I'm going to grab my mini sledge, and then we're going to go back over here to our advanced workbench, and we are going to make limestone powder. Oh no, that is powder. What am I thinking? But I don't need the powder. I need limestone, not limestone powder. There we go. Raw limestone. Don't have much of that. We do have raw hematite though. Interesting. And copperite. Okay. Let's grab that too. I mean, why not? I've got limestone bricks. Let's go check over here. Oh, there we go. 50, 100 raw limestone. That works. I am massively over encumbered, but that's fine. I don't have far to go. We're going to come here. We're going to make that, which means we're going to drop 100 of the raw limestone, actually 102 raw limestone in there. And okay, we need a heavy hammer. Yes, we need a heavy hammer, which is why I brought the mini sledge. Aha. So that's all we need to make that. To make limestone powder, in order to make limestone powder is used to make concrete paste. We need water for the concrete paste, but not this. So I'm just going to throw this in here, and we're going to click on this thing, and we're going to make a whole bunch of limestone powder. And then just walk away from it. Because that thing will just work until it runs out of materials, and then it'll stop. And while it's doing that, construction levels are going to go up, and other levels are going to go up, and it's going to work great. Because then once my levels go up, you'll notice right there, construction and crafting are going up. So we can actually go over here in the stats and watch them here in the numbers and watch them go up. So construction's at 66 and climbing. And then we've got crafting is at 60 and climbing. So, yep, we've got that. They are going up, and I'm just going to let that work away. We could have all 3 of these benches working on stuff if we wanted, but I do need to make some water storage. Reserving that space for another workbench. That is going to be a schematic table. And then over here, we've got the makeshift forge right here, but also on that same wall, I'm going to put the industrial forge, maybe a drying rack. I'll probably put the advanced ore kiln or charcoal kiln outside, and an ore crusher. I just wish there was another thing for cooking here. There's nothing here in utilities. Yeah. Furniture, there's nothing there. I can make a pull-up bar and a basketball net, a candle, a mattress. Awesome. Decor, a junk pile. Ah. That's just the utility cabinet. Fortifications, we've seen that. Defense is just barbed wire. So yeah, I need to make a bunch of these. I've got 200 plastic scrap. I need screws, and I need to figure out where I'm going to put them. Because I'm thinking right here, between this drain and that drain, and then over here, maybe from there over to there on top of these long drains. I'll put a couple of, and maybe one in between them as well. I'm going to put some shelving and then stack a whole bunch of crates on there. So then the majority of the stuff that I've got in these two crates here, the food, and then all of the building materials can go into crates that are on these shelves here. Stuff that I make with workstations along there can go into the ones over there. And then any excess that I've got can go into these crates out here. And I might just end up moving those two crates, maybe even that one, and put them out here in the hallway somewhere maybe. I need a couple more of these. My wood plank storage, my wood log storage, I might put a couple more of them along here. Probably move the wood log storage over here somewhere. And I could have like a whole bunch of them just along this wall. But again, I need to go like deforest half the map. I'll keep these crates here. I will turn them sideways like those. Because even though those have nothing on them, I wish it would write something on the end as well. Because like it says medical there, but nothing there. And it says medical on this side. And so I don't know what it is until I actually, walk up and look at the thing. It's, oh, medical, yes. So I'll have to actually keep track of all that. Maybe have 4 of them on this shelf, make them all medical, put all the batteries on that shelf up there. But again, an issue that I've run into is that in order to put them on that shelf there, I need to be standing up here in order to place anything on these top shelves. So yeah, there's that. You can do these two, no problem, even underneath there. But that top shelf, got to be standing up there. And my throat is getting dry. So our hydration is down to 76. Food is down to 29. Yep, doing pretty good there. With all the running around and building and everything that I've been doing here, that has held up pretty well. So definitely keep an eye on those stats over there. The satiated and the hydrated, definitely keep an eye on them and keep them up. Because they will last you for quite a while. But yeah, we're coming up on an hour here. I haven't left this place at all. I had plans, so many plans, and they all just kind of went out the window. But we did get some stuff done, moved that, made some stuff there, made some stuff there. Oh, this thing's done. Let's take all of that. Did I gain anything? Not really. Well, a little bit. Construction's at 66 still. Crafting's at 60. Not enough to get me up to the level that I need for the stuff that I want. But not terrible. Let's lock those two in for right now. I can't put that in there. Okay. How much room do you have? You've got quite a bit of room. I'll give you all of that. Haha. There we go. And now I can go put my scrap stuff back here. And yeah, we're doing okay. I wish these things worked. I need a powered driver to take those apart. They need gas, and apparently I have none. Which I actually find kind of surprising. There is electricity in this building, and I believe it was just around the corner here. Yeah, right there. Great big gas tank. You can empty it. Let's examine it. Contains 250 liters. And it is full of natural gas. So we have natural gas here, but it's not supplying those stoves that are in there. And I'm wondering why. And can I... Let's go check the connections. I know the stove has power, but do I need to run a connection? Connected to fuse box, connected to section control power. Okay, let's add a connection. Oh. It's got a connection running there. Where is that connection going? I'm wondering. You can only go so far with these connections. Come on, get through the door. Now, is this an electrical connection or a gas connection? I can connect to that. Maybe a tank is kind of far away. It's pretty far. Will it be enough? Because that connection was red. I don't think that actually worked. I may have to... I don't think I can move these, can I? I can. Okay, let's look at the connections. Connected to power, but not connected to gas. Oh, come with me. I can move them. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. Okay, it's just around that corner. Come here. I'm going to put you right there. No receiving connections. You have no power. Okay. There's nothing here. There's nothing in that room up there. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's no electrical connections up in that room. So, can I come with me? A bit too far that way. Keep getting stuck on that door. That's annoying. Do I actually need power? Ooh, we're in the green. Do I actually need power? Okay, so that should have connected to there. I just need to find power for that thing now. This might work. It's a gas stove. Technically, I don't need electricity for this thing, do I? Okay, connected to pressurized tank. We have gas. I just need power. There are no electrical outlets around here. Nope. There are no electrical outlets in this room, period. Okay. So the connection that it did have was going over that way. Let's go over here to this room. I'm going to take out my bat just in case, because they do pop up on this side a bit. Okay, there's that. Okay, it was down low. It's over this way. I don't see an electrical panel anywhere. Okay, we've got an outlet right there. No outlets over here. No electrical panels over here. Also no outlets. And no electrical panels here. None in this room. None in this room. We have cameras. Those ones are blank. And we've got no panels in this room. So where was that power running to? Okay. I'm thinking, okay, we're just gonna jump that. Is there any? No. I don't see any outlets in this room. None in the hallway. None in this room. Let's examine the connections. Let's add a connection. Okay, the gas is going there. Can I? No, I can't reach that high. Huh? Electrical right there. Okay, we've got power here. I can connect to that. There's power over there. Okay, so when you get close to a connection, it shows up. Nice. We've got a water connection there. Any electrical over here that I can connect to? Anything at all? No. We're getting too far away. We got water there. Electrical. Oh, so you can connect to those. Okay. Are you going to work now? Connected to power, connected to gas. Oh. Hello. Do I still have... I still have everything on me. Okay, hang on. Okay. Let's put 3 deer meat on there. And then we need to go over down here, toss in a cast iron pan, seared meat. Turn on. And it works. Okay. So, in the prison, grab one of those stoves, bring it over here, hook it up to that gas tank, and then hook it up to an electrical outlet that you can find somewhere, and it works. All right. We're learning today. And apparently I can hook up to that water. Although nothing comes out. Uh, I am going to need to find a... Actually, do I have my plastic on me? No. I need screws. Give me those. Do I have a screwdriver on me? Tools. No. I need a screwdriver. Doesn't matter which one. The flat or the cross. We'll grab the flat. Okay. This may or may not work. I don't know yet. I'm hoping it does. Plastic and plastic. Thank you. We're going to go over here. I can't destroy that. I need I need my grinder to take that apart. That's okay. Because I'm going to build them right against that wall over there. Storage, fluid barrel. I've got basic cutting and a screwdriver. Let's build a couple of these. One there. Another one there. One there. Okay, we're getting our crafting up here. I'm just gonna build a whole bunch of these because reasons. I'm gonna need a fair bit of water. Okay, that should be okay for now. And okay, let's go here. Let's go to examine connections. Okay, so it is connected. Let's add a connection to... Can I add that? I can. Maybe. I don't know yet. Can I... Examine connections. Connected to fluid barrel. It's empty. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's fill container. Nope, can't do that. Okay. Okay, so that doesn't work. I cannot fill that. Pour into from item? No, that doesn't work. Oh. I wish that worked. Okay, never mind. So we'll just have a whole bunch of those along here. The sink is connected to that first one, but I can't fill that from this sink. So I actually need to get a container, like a muck tub or a bucket or something, fill the bucket here, and then bring it over here and fill that. And I'm going to want a whole bunch of these because when the water shuts off, the only place I'm going to be able to get anything really is going to be lakes and rivers. And then we're going to have to clean all of that water before we're going to be able to use it. So I kind of want to have as much water stored in barrels like that as I can before the water shuts off. Oh, God, my steaks. I totally forgot about my steaks. Oh, no, 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 no. You're burnt, aren't you? 247%. Oh, you are very, very burnt. Yep, totally forgot about that. My bad. Yep. Forgot my first rule of cooking. Keep an eye on the meat. Otherwise, it's going to just, turn to charcoal. But at least we got the stove working. That's fantastic. I got barrels over there. I got this bench made. We got that moved over. We got some charcoal made. We did some stuff there and there. We got leveled up a little bit. Nope, haven't got any perks yet. That's okay. But the levels over there, satiated and very hydrated. Yep, still up there, even with all the running around. How's my steak doing? Ooh, we're getting there. Definitely getting there. Okay. So I am going to eat another one of those, get my satiated level up a little bit. I could eat that burnt deer meat right now, actually. Let's go over to food. I've got a burnt deer meat there. I got a whole bunch of water bottles, soda. Ooh, a pizza slice. Moldy, 34% bad. Nope. I think we'll get rid of that. I do have some LSD in there. That's a trip. Let me tell you. I had 2 or 3 of those. I took one. And then I went out on a trip over to the farm to get some stuff. My guy was tripping out the entire way. It was interesting, to say the least. All right, I'll take that. And I'm going to keep an eye on the rest of that deer meat. I'm gonna go visit the farm and see if I can get some beef, get a couple more deer, maybe some foxes and stuff along the way, and bring that all back. And we're gonna cook it all on this stove now instead of that, because this thing is hooked up to that gas tank, which is great, which means I can cook on there and I don't have to be going and chopping down entire forests. But yeah, I've rambled on long enough today. I've gone over my 1 hour. But yeah, there was so much to talk about, so much to do in here. And I'm so happy I got this thing going. I could go grab those other 2 and bring them over here and hook them up as well. And then I could have meat cooking on all 3 of them at the same time. I do have 1 or 2 more cast iron pans kicking around. So yeah, we could be cooking all kinds of things on there as long as the gas is good. Yeah, I don't know. What is our gas situation out here? Yes, I realized I just walked away from my food. We need to go check the gas. How are we doing? Still 250. Okay. That's fantastic. It's not actually using anything. That's good. So that tank is connected to something somewhere, and then that stove is connected to that tank. But the tank is refilling. So no complaints. Oop, 106. Yeah, still seared, not burnt. I just leveled up. Oh, levels up my cooking. Okay. 27 satiated. Well, guess what? Oops, it's still in there. My bad. Take all that. And we will go with deer meat. Eat that. There we go. 72% satisfied. Those are some stats I like to see. But I got some things to do around here, so I'm going to take off, get that stuff done, and we'll see. I might be back tomorrow. I don't know yet. I do have some things that I'm working on, like a lemon meringue pie and some beef stew that I'm going to make. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I might get on that today. I might get on it tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. It's the weekend, so do what I want. But I'm going to take off and go get something done. So until next time, I'll catch you later.